Hello, you buggers. It's about time for me to finish up the Mercurial Number 6's Strat. Now then, what I'm going to be doing here is adding the neck bolt inserts into a brand new neck that has no previous holes. What I've got basically is a clamp, and I'll show you this in a bit more detail in a minute, but there's a clamp running along the neck that holds the neck together, or is held onto the neck, and that allows me to center the neck to make sure it's nice and straight. So that's that. I'll show you that bit, like I say, a bit more in detail in a second. So let's put that on the bench. What that does. I remember last time when I was doing the neck bolt inserts and I had a clamp on the neck, and that was the only thing holding it in place. So there's still a chance for it to move around or twist, but this way it is a lot better chance for it staying straight. In fact, it does stay straight. So when I turn it upside down, it hasn't moved, because that's the worst thing. Even if you can use strings along the neck to make sure it's nice and straight, once you've turned it upside down, you can't see anymore. So that's why this jig is useful. But the first thing I'm going to do is extend the holes through the body into the neck so I can locate where the holes need to be. So the neighbours are very inconveniently just started cutting the grass next door, so hopefully you can still hear me over the noise. I have a drill bit here which fits the hole perfectly. Just put that in there, and I'm just going to very carefully push through, mark the spots. I'm not going all the way down I need to go, just far enough. Okay, so now I can de-rig the jig. So there we go. There's the position for the holes, and I'll put the body somewhere nice and safe. So here's one of my lovely insert sets. As you can see, they now come with extra bolts and the tools required, the Allen keys required. Obviously you need to buy your own flipping drill, and you can do that by yourself. If you don't have a drill and drill bits, you shouldn't be doing this sort of thing, quite frankly. But you know, it's useful to have the tools there. And there's a bumblebee just come in to help me as well. Thank you very much. So as before, marked up, taped up a bit of masking tape so I can know my depth. Then move up a size. Move up a size, not leap a size. So if you imagine if you've had a neck that's had all the thread has been stripped out, you could use inserts like these to make the neck work usable again, as opposed to, you know, banging in bits of wood and gluing it all up. You could do it that way. Okay, should be fine. The final bit is a bit of countersink. Now that stops the wood tearing up as you're driving the threads in, but as pointed out by somebody else on one of my other videos, or my other video about these things, is it actually also helps these things going in straight. So nice and straight. Sorry, I should be telling a really interesting story right now. So the dead silence. But I can't think of one. Oh, I know. An interesting thing I've been doing with this this guitar, as I'm finishing up, I've given it its own little kind of live feed. So when it's sitting on the bench, on my other bench, my finishing bench, the Mercurial Number 6 can like jump in and have a look anytime he likes to see how the guitar is going, and you can see it's actually being built. An interesting little story there for you. Right, now that's the neck done. I'll just put all the rest of the bits away, and I'll show you against the soundtrack of someone cutting the grass the jig. Right, well, it's secured together using the superb technology of elastic bands. That just helps the neck stay within the jig. I can pop those off. Okay. I mean, it's still fairly secure in there. It's not going to come out, but if I give it a good tug or a little push, it will come out. Okay. So what we have just a couple of nice straight strips. In this case it's acrylic perspex or something like that, and they've been fixed just to a flatter piece, just to rest onto the neck. Also, because these are quite thin, you know, they have a tendency to flop about. We don't want that, especially when we're trying to keep things nice and straight. So these wider bits just take that kind of like twist out as well. We have a couple of bits of, this is just like craft foam. It's been stuck on the inside here and to the bit here, which is going to sit on the body. That's just to help protect it so we don't get any scratches or anything, we hope. And there's a couple of pieces of acrylic here with a slot cut out so you can adjust the width. So basically the idea is, once you have this clamped to the neck, it's simulating the strings. It's simulating the whole idea of just, you know, being able to gauge the centre. You get it. It's really straightforward. It's a simple idea. I didn't invent it. I don't think. I've seen other things. I've seen something else where someone is using a similar sort of thing, and they had two rulers down the side, and they were using those rulers to measure off. Now there'd be a very slight error because it's not straight, but just tiny error. But yeah, you got your adjustment of the intonation, so it's probably okay. So that's that. Time to get this back onto the bench, the finishing bench, and start getting it all together. Now I still have the roller nut to install properly, but I can't really do that until I've got some strings on, so I can gauge the height of the strings. So, well, just a short one, I guess, for now. I will talk to you later. Oh no, that's Will's thing. See you later, you buggers. Bye.